Okay guys, so this is where the magic happens. In my sink, right here. Actually, more specifically on a cutting board. And on this cutting board, I usually use this pestle. And this pestle, for those of you that don't know, is part of a set. This is a mortar and pestle. And they use these in Mexico and in other countries to grind spices, chilies, vegetables into a paste. And then you use that paste kind of like a salsa. So I found this mortar in a garage sale. And these are usually made of a type of stone like granite. They can also be made out of hardwood. And this particular one had never been used. Somebody just bought it as a novelty. I thought it's the perfect size to make some salsa because some of these get really huge. It can weigh like 30 pounds. They're really huge, some of these. But I only need something a little bit small. And then this right here is the pestle. I had to buy this separately because it didn't come with that. Also made of like a hard granite type. And this is what I prop my knives on whenever I make videos. So we're going to put that back. And usually I just prop my knife right there on my counter, and there you see, I think my wife is planning on making some cookies. There's also an avocado right there and a melon, and well, this is kind of where it happens. I usually prop my tripod right here, and then I make my videos right there. Let me show you some of my knives and where I store them. Okay guys, this is not as neat as Paddys by far, but this is where I keep my stuff. Either my EDC or videos that are up and coming or videos that I've already made, but I haven't transferred these knives over to my storage. Now in my storage, it's actually a very large, well, what I consider very large, right? A 4-foot tall toolbox. And that's somewhere else, and I can't video that. But those are basically all of my knives. What I'm about to show you here is just knives that are up and coming videos, and also knives that are my everyday use and everyday carry, and knives that I fiddle with and so forth. So this is my big Craftsman toolbox right here. Now this box has several functions. Let me apologize also because I'm doing this on my phone and I know it's going to be a little bit shaky. So I got this cool Craftsman toolbox at a pawn shop for about 40 bucks, probably about 5 years ago. I had to do some cleanup on it. I did a little bit of a repainting on it, just the outside, but I like the vintage look, so not too badly. Not too much of a paint job on it. So basically here I have some of my EDC knives, and they're all just thrown together. It's a little Valentine's Day gift from my wife thrown in there that I haven't eaten because I'm on a diet. And just a bunch of my sheaths. Some of them I have made. Some of them I have bought. Some of my knives. This is a camping pack I put together. It's got a knife in there. It's got another knife, stuff to make a fire, lots of redundancies. There's a magnesium block there, and there's a ferro rod, and some paracord, and some utensils, a hobo knife, and there's some other things in here. Just an elk ridge knife, which I've done a video on too. Just a multi-blade change with a saw, and lots of things, right, that I would consider useful in a camping situation. So aside from that, this one I just have some of my personal jewelry and stuff in here, and as you can see, I also have my watches in there. I happen to like sterling silver watch tips, so I have a few of these in my collection, and I have them here all jumbled up with my knives, guys, so sorry about that. This is just some cleaning tools that I have for either jewelry or my knives. And this is just some knife maintenance stuff, my sharpeners, some 2000 grit sandpaper that I use to polish knives, and just some tools that I use to do maintenance on knives. Now in this larger drawer right here, these are all fixed blade knives. Now, not all of these I've done videos on. There are some of these that I have up and coming as far as videos, probably 3 or 4 of them. But this is kind of like my catch-all. Whenever I'm going to use one of these bad boys, I just pull it out from here. And you're going to see some familiar knives there, probably from some other videos that I've done. And some knives that I have not done videos on yet. And also have some tools mixed in there too, as you can see. You probably recognize some of these knives already. So I have this up and coming, and that's the big drawer on my Craftsman toolbox. Now this one's a little bit more organized because this drawer is actually on up and coming videos. So this drawer is full of knives that I will do up and coming videos on. These all guys are on a waiting list, and I will be making videos on these. And I have some other ones on the other box I'm going to show you that I'm also going to do videos on. But basically this is the order I follow. So if you want a sneak peek as to what knives I'm going to do videos on, this is it. Now once I make a video, the knives graduate to this drawer. And so these are knives that I've already done videos on. And this is basically my EDC. A lot of these knives are my EDC, and I carry them daily. There may be one or two things or knives in here that I have not done a video on. And I'm still deciding if I'm going to make a video on that. But usually if they're in this drawer, it's because I've already done a video on it. And again, this is probably the most organized of all of my drawers. Now, this box right here, which is the same as you have, Patty, from Paddys Potato Peelers, I got at a thrift store for $5. And I was elated to get this in a thrift store for $5 with the key in it. I've done some videos from this table right here. And let me get the key for that. And I have that sticker because at my local grocery store, I happened to run into the Oscar Mayer Wiener Mobile, which is shaped like a big wiener, which I think is kind of cool. So anyway, that's my key. And check it out. So it's got that same green felt as yours does. And this is what it says. It says Windsor Design 8-drawer tool chest. And it's got all these cool drawers. Now, I don't use all of them, but I do use some of those drawers. Let me show you what I have. In this first drawer, I do have some EDC options for myself. That's my leather carry-all that I made right there. And I have some other up-and-coming EDC options that I'm going to show you in videos that I'm going to do, future videos. This is a Belgium magazine, pistol magazine carry case. And this is actually a carrying case for a Leatherman Mutt. I don't have the tool anymore, but I kept the sheath. It was pretty beat up. I didn't want to sell it because I didn't think anybody would buy it. And I installed a brass button because the Velcro was totally worn out. So I installed a brass button to close it. But it's a great carry-all. So I use that as an EDC option sometime, right? And I've done videos on all of these knives right here. And next drawer. Over here also I have some knives that I've done videos on and some paracord. Sometimes I like to make lanyards for my knives, like this Remington right here. This is a Remington knife, and I made this sheath specifically for that Remington. And then this is just a little sharpening rod. And I made a little lanyard so I can pull it out of the sheath with a little bit of ease. So that's there. Whenever I want to use it, I just pull it out of there. And this is an empty drawer. This right here is another up-and-coming video. This is actually a Gerber seatbelt knife. It's a seatbelt cutter. In case of an emergency. It's an emergency rope cutter or seatbelt cutter. This is kind of like a glass breaker as well. And it's designed to be a neck knife, so I put this paracord on it. But that's another up-and-coming video. Here I have a few knives that a couple knives I've made videos on. A knife from my youth that I had when I was a kid. It's just a catch-all of some coins and keys. Here I have some of my EDC Victorinox knives that I have. I see Victorinox Explorer. I see I think that's a Camper. A few different Victorinox knife models in here that are in there. Here's the Victorinox Light. Forgot the name of it, but it has a light in there. And up here on the top drawer, because as you know, Patty, this top drawer has these latches. It's a cool handle. And hi. So here I have a few knickknacks. What do I have here? This is actually a lens from an overhead projector that was scrapped. And I like the lens because to me that's just another means to start a fire if you need it. Again, for camping. This is a knife that I've already done a video on. It's an old timer 152. And this is the vintage one with the carbon steel. Okay. This is another knife I bought on a vacation to the Grand Canyon. It's Native American made. The handle is anyway. I think they used blade length from somewhere. And I've already done a video on that as well. And here I have a knife I have yet to do a video on, but I don't know what the maker is. It's a pretty cool shape to the knife, pretty cool handle. But again, I don't know the maker, so I don't know if I'm going to make a video on this or not. If any of you guys see this video and you want to see it up close, you want me to do a video on it, let me know in the comments, please. So, and then here I have another one that's up and coming, and it's American West Gold and Silver Coin Bowie Knife Collection. And this is a big Bowie knife that my dad gave me. It's still in the box. I'm going to do an up-and-coming video on that when I do a fixed blade knife series with all the ones I showed you previous and this one. I'm going to talk about them in individual videos. And, well, I used to be into the martial arts, so some nunchucks I found for like 10 bucks at a pawn shop. I couldn't resist. And this is a piece of technology, I guess if I have an Instagram account, so that my phone will not move too much like it is right now, and I probably should be using, but I'm still figuring it out how to use it. It's a cool thing. It's a gift from my brother-in-law. It's just maybe too much technology for me right now. But anyway, I wanted to show you that. And I wanted to show you my cases, Patty, and for all you viewers, this is the Knife Detector channel, saying if you like old knives, then this is the channel for you. I do videos on vintage and modern knives and everything in between. Y'all stay safe, take care, God bless, and stay sharp, my friends.